Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in now. Still in Vegas. As you can see, I'm in the hotel. And I got about 30 minutes to my next call before I head down to watch the basketball games. To God be the glory. My wife bought me some tickets for the night, too, for the game. So I'm going to be headed down there. Now, I saw a thing where a guy added me. It was a guy added me talking about cough cough and put some laughing faces on a video where this guy was talking about, it was a channel talking about, the channel was called Black Men Supporting Black Men, and the guy was saying something about when you graduate from the course and you get this certification, somebody's certification, and you post it, he was saying something like people, it'll be men who they not happy for you, that they are not, they don't like travelers, they ain't happy for you traveling or something like. I'm just like but then the guy, but the he was on half of it, and the other half was a guy who he he was showing the guy, I think it's the guy, the Greg Adams, and he was talking about they not happy for you being a traveler and all of that, and the man added me, and I wrote him, I can't remember what I said, so I think I said, don't at me little boy or little punk or something like that. Y'all being sound stupid talking about some traveling, somebody not, somebody jealous of you traveling, some y'all out here sleeping around or something I said. But I just wrote him. I probably was on a coach call or doing something or writing or doing something when I wrote them, so I can't remember what I told them. But I just be letting them know, like, listen, ain't nobody no punk over here. Don't be atting me, because I'm gonna sure say something to you. But and this the thing. So the guy, I don't know if he uploaded that video and showed the man traveling around and with these women, or if he was just talking about something completely different and who on the channel put that together. But this the thing that y'all have to realize too, is it's one thing if somebody jealous of you graduating college or getting a certificate or something real that can make you some money. Somebody jealous that you could travel and you can go around the world. But one thing you got to realize is that I ain't never gonna be jealous of men who are going around putting their life on the line and living debaucherous lifestyles for Satan. I'm never gonna be jealous of that. I'm never gonna be jealous of a fornicating man, ever. And y'all gotta stop trying to spin that narrative. And one thing I see that grown boys do, whenever they get called out, the first thing they wanna holler is somebody jealous of them. I had a homeboy that told me a long time ago, he said, man, we all grown men. Ain't nothing you can do that I can't do. Now you look at that coach, Greg Adams. If he could live a free agent lifestyle, do you think I could live a free agent lifestyle? It's like, come on now. He bald head. It's on a small group of women like a bald head. And he not no looker. So if he could do a free agent lifestyle, anybody could do a free agent lifestyle. Godzilla could do a free agent lifestyle. King Kong could do a free agent lifestyle. Methuselah could do a free agent lifestyle if he could do a free agent lifestyle. And with the rest of y'all ugly men that's in the free agent lifestyle, y'all bring down the stock and the value of the free agent lifestyle, because when you look like somebody chewed you up and spit you out, and you in people comments who you couldn't touch one of the women that we'd have been able to be in access when we was young and dumb, you couldn't touch one of the women with a 100-foot pole. So when you look like stepped on turnip greens and look like lint between somebody's toes, and you talking about a free agent lifestyle, your contract is waived and nobody's signing you. That's why you're a free agent lifestyle, because nobody wanna sign you. And the whole thing about it is, what people don't understand is a free agent means that you was cut or your contract has expired. And typically when you're a free agent, that means that don't nobody else want you after that. It's only a certain amount of free agents that get picked up. So they done name they whole movement after a failure, being a free agent. Only time it's a good free agent is when your contract up and now you get to pick and choose where you want to go. But when your contract up and don't nobody want you, ain't nothing happy about that. Ain't nothing good about that. And I'm gonna tell you what these guys is doing and what they finna start doing. Y'all gotta forgive me, and because I got to hear microphone, so I'm all in your ear. But what these guys here finna be doing is they finna be coming together as men, and they forming their little cult. They forming a cult, and that cult is gonna be mobilized to where they're gonna be social media abusers. They're gonna be attacking men like myself online, which I don't care nothing about it. Don't scare me at all. You just cranking me up to get on your behind and be talking about the idiocracy that you're living in. But I'm gonna tell you, they also gonna be attacking women. They're gonna be attacking women online. Anybody who talking sense, anybody who's sharing wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, they finna be in the comments and attacking people, because the devil get mad when you call out the sin and the debauchery. And these men is mad because they being called out, and literally have the unmitigated gall to insinuate that somebody is jealous of them traveling around. And I seen the video. I didn't get to watch the video because I was on the phone, but I seen a few of the clips of the coach. I'm guessing that was the coach, Greg Adams. The women he with, it was different women, like Asian women, and I can't remember if it was white women. The women he with, that he's showing, that he filming, the women are ugly. It's like the women look like walking throw up. And I'm just understanding, like, I'm trying to understand, like, where do y'all, what's y'all barometer? Like, who told y'all these women was cute and or fine or sexy or hot? Like, the women look like throw up, like literal vomit from the neck, sitting on their neck, sitting on their shoulders. And I'm like, cause guess what? That's what the women gotta look like. The women have to look like they was forgot about in order for a man in the free agent lifestyle to get with them. They got to. They got to look, or if they look good, they got to be paid. And I guarantee you, if they look good, they getting paid, and they coming with a package that's hot and ready. It ain't suppressed. It ain't in remission. It ain't under medication. That package is hot and ready. So I'm gonna tell y'all something now. To y'all ladies, to protect yourself, you gotta be very intentional about talking to this man. When you talk to a man, do not mention my name. Don't ask him, do you watch Tony Gaskins? Don't say Tony Gaskins said this. Keep me as a 1000% secret. Don't be listening to my videos around him. None of that. Don't let him know you know who I am. If he asks you, do you listen to relationship coaches? Tell him no. It ain't none of his business, because that's a free agent lifestyle man. And I'm going to tell you what these men finna try to do. These men, they gonna try to get in and get close, and they're going to try to hide themselves. They're not going to let you know who they are and how they believe. So what you have to do, you got to take the Oprah posture. If you notice, Oprah asks intelligent, intuitive, introspective, deep questions. And it comes from her producer. She might come up with some of them, but y'all remember I went on Oprah, so I sat next to her and had to answer her questions. So what you got to realize, you want to ask questions. You just want to get to know him. You let him talk. Let him talk about politics. Let him talk about sports. Let him talk about everything. What you want to hear is that chauvinism. You're going to hear chauvinism, sexism. You're going to hear pain. You're going to hear trauma. You're going to hear how jaded he is. All of that going to come out. You want to find out, do we believe in marriage? Do we ever want to be married? Do we want to have more kids? Or do we want to have kids? If we don't have kids, you want to hear about all of that. And then you make your assessment. Then that's when you talk to me about it and we assess it. And I'm going to be able to look at his picture and read his whole life story just off his picture. And I do that every day. And women be like, Tony, how you could do that? Off a picture, you just call him to a T. Like you just describe him to a T. How can you tell that by how he looked? That's why I try to tell y'all, that's my gift from God. So that's why when I look at these men, I see right through them. Like I see that they insecure. I see that they have no confidence. I see that they have no strength. Now the thing about it is that will make one of these clowns kill somebody because they so weak. See, they won't kill nobody from strength. They won't fight nobody from strength. They fight from insecurity and weakness and fear. And so that's how they is. And what you have to realize is I could see these men and they know I could see them. And that's why they mad that I'm talking, because they know I could see them. They know that, see, men know men. They could listen to my voice. They could listen to my rhythm and cadence. They could look me in my face and they could tell that if we was out there in them streets, I'd run circles around them. They already know that. They could tell that. And that's why they mad. That's why they thumb warriors. That's why they keyboard warriors. That's why they thumb thugs. Because they already know. Men know men. And so now the rabbit got the gun. And what they don't want is me to be able to talk and to expose their game. And so I'm going to tell you what these men is doing. These men is also free agent lifestyle. These men are bums. So these men are quitting their job and being laid off from their job. And then in addition to their job, some of these men are selling drugs. Some of these men are doing love scams. But the thing is, they done learn from Tindler Swindler. They learn from the other guy. So they're not doing love scams on the level of, they ain't doing the free agent lifestyle. I mean, you do whatever you want to do. So what they doing is they got they got 350-pound women that they talking to in Cambodia, in such and such, in this place, that place. And they talking to these women, and their job now is to talk to different women throughout the day. Now, they'll never admit this, but I already know what they're doing because I can look at them and tell. And they getting money from these women for quote unquote business investments. Now, here's the thing about these free agent guys. Some of them are employed. Some of them make six figures. Some of them are tall and handsome, but they bums. And so I done coach women who done ran into one of these free agent F words. What I be talking about, the real version of it. That's what they is. Not the derogatory gay term, but that's what they are. And they borrowing money from women. So they going to women and they getting single women who are ready or desperate for love, and they posturing and posing as this mature, wise, smart, and they hiding that free agent, that red pill mentality. They hiding it. And then they get in close with the woman and they love bombing the woman with conversation. They ain't love bombing her with money. They love bombing her with conversation, and they get her to fall in love. They get her to drop her guards. And then what they doing is they taking and they getting money from the woman. Now, some of them, some of these men, I just remember, I just realized, remember we got a pause button on here. For if I have to clear my throat or something, got a pause button. Some of these men, it's different stories they gonna tell you. So some of them, they're gonna say, hey, let me tell you what they're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I'm gonna run you down through the different ones. So this the high level, this the mature, this the successful one. So what do you know about, I want to ask you, what do you know about calls and puts? And then you like, nothing. Okay, and what do you know about day trading? Nothing. What do you know about cryptocurrency? Nothing. See, one thing about it is that you're not used to. This how they talking now. This ain't me talking in case you jumped in the video late. This how they talk to you. One thing you're not used to, I could tell you're not used to, you never met a man like me. I could tell you're not used to a man that puts you on game and that educates you. But that's what I'm going to do for you. And so if you want to learn about this stuff, I'm going to teach you about this stuff. And that is how I make my money. Like, I'm a day trader. I do calls. I do puts. I'm also into cryptocurrency, very heavy. So that's how I've made millions. So when you see me in Dubai, you see me in Cambodia, in Pakistan, in Iraq, and you see me out there, I'm not over there getting doo-dooed on like some of these guys you listening to online. I'm not going over there to get essed on. I'm over there living out of my dividends, my residual, my passive income. And so when you get ready for that, I'll introduce you to that level. So that's what they telling these women, and they getting 5,000, 10,000. And this one I'm tell you, if you done did that, if you're a woman and you done did that, send me an email, and we will do an anonymous interview for you could tell your story of how this man got the money. We're gonna change your Zoom name to Jane Doe. Have your camera off. You can even get you a voice changer, and so you could tell your story to help save other women. Tell the story that the man told you, that the free agent lifestyle, what I mean is he might not call himself that, but if he still ain't married, if he got money from you and he still ain't married, he in the free agent lifestyle. He in the red pill lifestyle. And so it's your duty to not just go through that having been gullible or naive, or if you tough on yourself, stupid or dumb. Now you got to help save other women. You got to tell your story. Or just email me your story and I'll read it, because we finna expose these clowns and what they doing. Now that's the one thing that they do. They come in like they smart, like they high level, and I'm gonna tell you, these guys don't make no money from day trading. They don't make no money from crypto. They don't make no money from none of that. These men got fraudulent loans in the pandemic, and they just been running Ponzi schemes ever since then. That's all they doing. And they going and these men are getting on dating apps, Hinge, Bumble, whoever. They going and they getting innocent, unassuming women from all of these apps. And I'm gonna tell you, some of these women are so weak and so scared and so broken and so lost and so unloved that these clowns are able to get thousands of dollars from these women in less than a week. And that's what's funding their lifestyle. And then the ones who got the certifications and the courses, they finessing down low men, childhood trauma ridden men. They're finessing these men into these courses and these trainings and this certification of how to be a traveler, I'm guessing. I ain't looked into it, but I just know, I'm just picking up on it because I already know where they going with this stuff. Because this man talking about when you get a certification and you post your certification, people don't be happy for you. Like, what kind of certification did you get? About people ain't happy that you're a traveler. Y'all taking traveler certifications? Like, what the heck? Like, what? Like, what kind of certifications is you lames taking? Like, y'all need to take that dildo out your behind, man. You got the man up. Like, this ridiculous. Y'all is out here, and y'all forgive me for my French, but these men is getting bent over digitally by these other men who are, it's revenge of the lames. This is revenge of the lames. It's revenge of the nerds. And it's like these men who is lame and corny and nerdy, they morph into this supposedly cool guy and they become the king of the lames. And it's sad. And then they selling certifications and coaching to guys who are lamer than them. So it's like, hey, they coming in this thing like, okay, I was a lame. Now I done learn how to dress. I done got a subscription to GQ. I done learned how to dress. So now I'm finna have these other guys who more lame. And I'm gonna tell you what these guys is doing. They on steroids. These men is on steroids. They on all of the different little stuff. They shooting up. They shooting into their booty. They shooting into their booty cheek, steroids. And they trying to build muscle. They trying to build abs. But they doing it fraudulently because they don't love themselves and they don't love their body. That's why they sleeping with strange women and random women past the age of 25 when the brain fully develops. So they got a fully developed brain and still dumb, but it's not that they dumb, it's that they weak and they're broken. It's that they trauma ridden and they won't go to therapy and get help. And so had Coach Greg Adams went to therapy, a real therapist, and then got with a real coach after his divorce, he would have never become no free agent lifestyle lame. Instead, he didn't go work with nobody who is real and good at what they do. So now he's a leader of the lames. And so these men, they're going to come, and I'm going to tell you, see, they shame about the lifestyle in a real way, in a one-on-one conversation, in a real conversation. They promote it online because they need community. That's the sad part about our lives. Because so many women are having sex with men and having babies with men who are not your husband, that is what this comes from. These men are fatherless, or their father was fatherless, or their father was trauma ridden and broken and just stayed with their mom out of codependency. So some of them have a father and some of them was raised by their father, but their father is a degenerate. Like a man like me with a father like mine, I could never be a part of the free agent lifestyle at a working age of the brain because my father was too good. He's still living. My father is too good of a man for me to be a bum and a lame. So I am the product of an amazing father. These men are in the free agent lifestyle because they hate their father, or their father abandoned them, or their father just never got it right. And so because of that, they live in this lifestyle. And they hurting and they lost and they broken. And y'all don't realize, but these videos that I'm doing, some of them are having mirror moments, and they looking in the mirror and they realizing, and they starting to dig, and they starting to get to the root, and they starting to realize that they hurt, that they've been hurt and they didn't heal, that they got daddy wounds or mommy wounds or ex-wife wounds or ex-girlfriend wounds, that the woman who they wanted didn't want them. They starting to heal, and they starting to, not heal, they starting to be revealed, and they starting to understand. So it's going to be thousands of men that start to lead that movement. And so if you got a community page on your YouTube, take this video, share it to the community page. If you watch this video and you don't normally comment, just comment the praying hands or the fire, because what that does is it push the video, and more of these men gonna see these videos on their timeline without them wanting to see it. And they're gonna hear from a real man who is a real millionaire, who is married and faithful and living and doing the right thing, and understand that the lifestyle that they done been seduced into, that they done been led into, that they done been lied into, is a lifestyle of lames. And it's not gonna end well for you. It's not gonna end well. And I'm gonna tell you, this red pill, like, it's a young lady in Florida. She worked in politics. She was just murdered by her husband. I guarantee you, if we check his laptop and his phone, he probably watched Coach Greg Adams, and he probably watched these other red pill content creators. Because if a man watched me, he would never in a million years think about killing his wife. If a man watched me, he will be trying to love that woman like she the best woman on this earth. He would be trying to spoil her, cater to her, give her everything in the world like a real man does, like a real warrior does. See, one thing about real warriors is we go to war and we get kills, and we come home and we don't bring that pain to the family. We got to heal internally, and we go to war within ourselves. And what we come home with the spoils of war. We bring the gold, we bring the silver, we bring everything that we was able to get from our kills, from our battle. We bring it home. So the woman is catered to. The woman is blessed. The woman laid up in the shade. She good. She could eat for days. She ain't got to sweat. She ain't got to worry. She ain't got to borrow. She ain't got to beg. She ain't got to steal. The kids is good. They got enough. It's enough gold and silver put up for them, because we done got so many winds out there protecting the land, enlarging the territory. And so this the thing, and I'm speaking spiritually, so don't take that literally. And so this the thing. These men don't understand that, and they look down on a man saying that he catered to his woman. Like, yeah, you still gonna have arguments or disagreements. You still gonna feel a certain way. Like, I gotta be mindful of where my spirit is. Just combating this spirit. Just dealing with this spirit. I have to be even more mindful of how I talk to my wife and how I treat my wife. Just because I'm in warfare right now, in spiritual warfare, going up against these demons, I got to be prayed up and stayed up. I got to be that's why I'm away from the women and children right now. Not literally, but it's a good thing, because I got to go to war. Because the devil out here trying to steal these men, and he trying to steal their mind so he could destroy families. So if you got tens of thousands of men who refuse to get married, then that means they're not going to be having kids either. So if they refuse to get married, that means, and they believe in having sex but not in getting married, that means they don't believe in Jesus Christ. So the devil is turning black men who are traditionally God-fearing, he's turning these men into atheists. Think about that now. Most black men were God-fearing. Now they think that they are enlightened because they're putting themselves at risk for STDs and homicide. They call that enlightened because they don't believe in Jesus, because they think Jesus has blonde hair and blue eyes, because they don't understand propaganda, and they don't understand that white Americans painted those pictures of Jesus with blonde hair and blue eyes. But from the region that Jesus come from, it'll be impossible for him to have blonde hair and blue eyes. And that God would not choose that when all of his people in the creation of the world is in Africa, where dark skin was the most common thing. So they have been led astray out of anger and rebellion because they don't have the knowledge and understanding and the wisdom to know that they are victims of propaganda. And so they get out here and they live a debaucherous lifestyle. But the thing about it is God reigns on the just as well as the unjust. So living that free agent lifestyle, you still got to answer to God, and you still going to suffer the wrath of God, and you still going to go through, and you're going to struggle, and you're going to fail, and you're going to lose, and you're going to end up losing it all because you cannot play with God. So, hey, get this thing together. God bless you. Keep your head up. All the important links in the description. Got to do my last coaching call before head down to the basketball game. Well, God bless you, and we'll talk soon.